This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Just me and Conrad today. Everybody's gone. No one cares about the pod anymore. Everyone's just leaving. They're on their vacations. Actually, they are. They are on their vacations. Berkey's in Tennessee vacationing with a bunch of old guys, and they're having an old guy sausage fest.
Well, it's Berkey
vacation.
and Lamanna.
Right, and Lamanna's birthday. And then Landon's in Florida doing Florida things on vacation, basically, and Chin is in the DR, basically on vacation.
I mean, everybody's just living fucking life.
I'm wondering, where is my vacation?
You kind of turned down a vacation.
I did.
You definitely turned down a vacation.
I did. So yeah, we have a very interesting podcast today. We're going to, well, we'll just start off with a little bit of, I don't know if we'll call it news and notes, but we have some stuff to look at to start.
A little something.
Guapo. We've got, what do we got first?
We got what the fuck is this first?
Oh, yeah. So this happened.
No, seriously, like, how do you get up from this? Like, these four gentlemen.
4 guys were struck by lightning. Did they die?
No, all of them survived.
Well, that's
Are they
good.
holding on to like a metal pole or something? They have to be, right?
No, I think they're just near the tree.
So trees.
So tree attracts the lightning because it's sticking up, right?
Ah.
And then the rest is flat. But still, I mean, the odds of that happening is pretty low.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty insane. How do you get up from something like that?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's easy to get up.
Is that like shock therapy?
It's probably similar to a taser.
Do you think they planned that? They were like,
They planned it. Yeah, I think they planned it. Yeah.
life's not going too great this week, guys. I'm just gonna go sit on this tree and hope lightning hits me. I don't know.
In other news, there was a fight with some Karen activity.
So apparently this girl fucked up her meal, and Karen didn't like it.
Yeah.
That happens.
Exactly, dumbass bitch.
Yeah. I like how she's trying to keep it composed.
Well, she said, "Catch me outside."
Right.
I don't know. How would you
It's
feel?
not very Karen of her.
How would you feel if somebody said, "Catch me outside"?
I would catch them outside. Is what I would do.
I think I would just laugh until I was
You
on
would
the
laugh.
floor.
I mean, of course you would laugh. What else
Like,
are you gonna do?
That's like the most absurd
You
thing
can't
to say.
go
It's
and
like,
fight a lady outside.
Well, even if it was a man,
Yeah.
catch me outside. Like, I'm just gonna laugh.
What if he said it's on site?
Kind of scared.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
All
mean it's
right.
on site? You gonna shoot me or something?
Oh, it's just on site. He's gonna fight you.
All right, whatever.
He's gonna fist you. On site.
Actually, who cares? Because if any guy said that, they would just try to fight you right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they
that's
wouldn't
why-
let you know
Yeah,
in person.
Like,
that
I'm
it's
kind
on
of, I'm
site
kind of
for
scared
later.
that I'm gonna get shot at because it's like,
Right.
you know, it's like, why wouldn't you just run to these people?
Yeah.
And I'm right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd
Someone's asking if Berkey's Twitter is open. No, it's not. This is literally the first thing I checked. Trust me. It's the first thing I checked. He leaves us here to run the show. I'm like, well, you know, the best content is me hacking his Twitter. So let's see if I can do that. And he's wisening up. He's evolving, one might say.
Yeah, and he's even scared. He changed his password.
Yeah, he's really scared.
Yeah, he
like
changed
he's
his password.
He's
We try to
fearful.
get into everything. We try to get into his Tinder, his
Yeah.
Twitter.
I think he was here. He's like
Hinge.
shaking. Like he's like like he's so scared. So, you know.
Now we have to come up with other ideas for the
Now,
show.
yeah, and I think this is gonna be a good. So I want to preface this so that people can get their themselves ready. But we want to do a little, you know, because Conrad and I are obviously really well-rounded and have our shit together.
We're very well-rounded non-professionals.
Yeah, so
when it comes down to it.
So, you know, I think we should do a little, if you guys have any like questions, we'll do a little life advice by Connie and Melissa.
I know, Guapo's the best.
So, yeah, we're not professionals. We're the most unprofessional and unqualified people to give advice. So I figured that would be a great time for you guys to ask for advice for us. So if you have any questions, save them for later. We'll have a little time to do that. We have a few more news and notes to get through first, but yeah, you know, we're here. We're here for you guys. We want to help you achieve your best selves.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking great.
Since we figured we are usually in the chat, you know, we're usually getting it popping with you guys in there. So since Berkey's not here and we have a little time to have some fun, why not include you guys in?
Absolutely. You know, if we don't get the Twitter, we have to figure something else out.
I know.
Like, that was the only conclusion.
I mean, it's unbelievable that he would deny us of that content opportunity.
Like, he changed his passwords. Like, that's
I wonder
fucked
what
up,
he
man.
changed them to. I bet we could figure it out.
We probably could figure it out, but it's fucked up. No, he actually no. He changed it. Like, he knows we know most of the passwords.
Yeah.
It's definitely a new one. But
All right. Well, you were in Florida.
Well, I was in Florida.
You were in Florida, and there was something that happened there that was kind of a weird glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Day 2, Matin and Bryn sat right next to each other.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, Will's face in the background
all of us.
is the best. Could you imagine what? So actually, day 1 of the 5300 was my first time playing with Matin.
Yeah.
And I realized who he was as a human. He's very Conrad-like in his shit talking and stuff.
Yeah. Well, he smokes a lot of weed, so that makes sense.
Yes. So he's like very outgoing and he's very witty and quick to say shit. And the second I saw that picture, I was like, oh boy. I can't imagine what's being said there.
Can we go back to the picture really quick? So I wanted to get your expert opinion on the body language in this photo.
Yo, actually, I didn't even look at that.
So it looks like Zamani's pretty relaxed.
Zamani's like, fuck this guy.
You know, he's got his arms, you know, he's leaned back, got his leg up.
It seems like he's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
Like he
looks pleased.
Yeah, he knew it was gonna happen, and he was just like waiting for it. He's like, all right, we're gonna pop our shit now, and we have position on him, so we get to have fun as well.
He looks pleased, and Bryn looks like he might be ready to pounce a little bit.
Well, that's because he's getting fucking harassed. Matin is no joke.
Was he talking to him during this?
I wasn't there because I didn't make day 2, unfortunately. But, yo, Martin's no joke. He was popping shit. He had to have been. I could tell how he gets down. So it was just like that. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
I wish I was there.
Well, so apparently Zamani ended up busting Bryn.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, I think we live in a sim. What are the odds that they get sat? What are the odds those 4 guys get struck by lightning and those 2 get sat next to each other? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
Yo, that is pretty nuts to think about. It's only been like, what, 2 months since it's happened?
Yeah.
They probably played like, I don't know, the same MTT 5 to 7 times maybe.
Probably.
In that time
I don't
frame.
know.
Like, that's pretty wild. It was a treat for the other 7 at the table, though, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah.
Absolute treat.
I would love to be at that table just watching.
Can you imagine?
I would be live tweeting the whole thing.
I'm surprised someone did it, honestly.
I know. Well, Landon sort of did.
Yeah, he was from afar, though, I think.
Yeah.
Like, pretty great. There must have been great content in that.
I know. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. All right, well, we get into the shits a little bit?
What are we doing?
I mean, do you have any other stories, anything from Florida that you want to talk about? Any reports
Florida's
back?
great.
Did you play MTTs? Did you play any cash?
Florida was great. I played a lot of MTTs. I played all the MTTs, basically. I had an average time of, I don't know, 18 hands in all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
all right.
pretty successful.
It's not too bad. A couple hours, maybe. A few hours.
Yeah, whatever. Didn't run well.
18 hands period or V-pipped?
Yeah, something along those lines.
What do you mean, yeah? I asked you, is it either or? 18 hands period or V-pipped? Like you V-pipped 18?
Oh, about 18 hands period.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So not an hour.
It wasn't great.
Okay.
It wasn't great. It was not a great trip.
Gotcha.
Didn't win any flips, couldn't get anything going. But whatever.
Right.
Played a little bit of cash for like nighttime activity.
Oh yeah, I
sometimes.
saw you in Sashimi's story.
Ooh, we got her ass.
Yeah, it looks like you got her. She did not look happy.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, why does she act like she's the most action in the room?
What do you mean? She acts like she's action.
She sits down. She starts talking shit to people. She's great at this.
Oh, I know.
She is an absolute goat when it comes to like getting the table going.
It doesn't
and, like,
seem. It doesn't come off as action. She's just very talkative at the table.
Yes.
She doesn't. She's open about her being nitty. Like she'll talk about it.
Yes and no. I think it'd be more because like she knows, like she plays with the same people in Vegas or XYZ.
Yeah.
But when it came to Florida, she came off as so much action that I loved it.
Yeah, you both do that. You're both fake action.
Yo, relax. I'm the most actionist in the world.
Fake action.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, I kind of am fake action.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just not going to give as much action as some perceive I will.
Correct.
But whatever. But anyway, she just sits down. She starts straddling. She's talking shit. She's like trying to get the whole table to straddle. It was great. She's a great person to uplift the energy in the room.
Yeah, that's always useful at the table, having someone there to kick up the action. Also, like when it's a girl, I think their egos have more of a chance of getting involved when a girl's being like, "You're nitty, straddle now."
Yeah.
And so they're just like,
no, that shit works. She's like, "You're nitty, straddle now."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay."
Yeah. And then you just praise them a lot when they do it, and they keep doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Pavlov's straddle, simple. So Florida was a bit of a bust, but we're back in Vegas, ready to grind.
We are back. We are ready to grind.
What's the grind plan now?
That's a good question. I'm probably going to play some MTTs online. Stay in the house for a little bit. Play some 1-2 MGM.
Yeah. Well, there's an online series coming up. I mean, maybe we should take a trip to Mexico or something and play some GG series stuff.
Corey did send me a screenshot of that.
I would be interested in that.
I mean,
I will travel for an online series, a live series,
I will travel to another house where I can sit in my room.
Right. And then go to the beach, like, instead of going to the pool when I'm done, I go to the beach when I'm done.
That sounds like a perfect plan, honestly.
Traveling for live MTTs? No, traveling for online MTTs.
Sounds pretty great. I think.
And maybe stream some.
I think Rosarito, Mexico is calling the squad's name.
I think so. I think it's time to take this show on the road.
Wow.
But even after that, there's a series in Vegas. Well, on WSOP.
Okay.
Online series. So there's a lot of online MTT action coming up. I'm actually considering switching my studies for a bit to the online MTTs.
The online MTT. You have to like.
Yeah, because I'm not fucking playing live MTTs, you freaks. Stop trying to whale hunt me into the live MTTs.
They're so much fun. How could you not want to play them?
They're not fun. They're not fun. You go there and you play for 12 hours. You bag the next day. Who knows? Maybe. And then you just bust and you've wasted your hourly zero. Just minus. Actually, it's negative. It's negative a lot, your hourly. And then you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll do it again. And then.
The way I look at MTTs, it's like acupuncture. You get a whole bunch of needles stuck into you, and just they keep sticking and fucking sticking and goddamn fucking sticking all over the place, and then the release happens.
The release happens when you bust.
When you win a tournament.
Oh, yeah, I think that if I've won a live MTT before, or maybe even final tabled one, I would understand. But instead, I've only like day 2 / like min cash plus some.
Berkey said, now who's the Ms. Reg?
It's this fucking chair. It's this chair. This is the Ms. Reg chair.
It really is.
But I'm jazzed on, like, I love online MTTs. I'm not Ms. Reg about that. I think those are super fun. I really do. I like MTTs. I think they're really fun to like learn about, and there's a lot of different aspects you can learn about, and they're really interesting to study. Ooh, look at that! Is this Mexico?
Are we going to Mexico?
This is Mexico, mate. What's the price? What's the price then? $334 a night. Oh my God, we could totally do that.
We need to find.
That's sick.
We need to find a company to.
All right, I'm looking for a date. So anyone who wants to come on this trip with me, it could really be a great chance for us to get to know each other.
It only costs $500 a night.
You just have to pay for my stay. No, just kidding. But seriously, if you want to get to know each other, it could be a great time. We can play MTTs together, and then we can just hang out. It's like whatever, not a big deal. You know, just pay for my trip, and you're in.
No, there's somebody fucking took over Matt Berkey's account. But he changed all the passwords, so I don't believe that.
It says solve for Y, but this one's not logged in solve for Y. He logged out of literally everything.
He said book it. It says solve for Y. It says book it. Let's get the grindhouse set up.
Berkey.
Do we believe that he's really saying?
Who do you think it is?
I don't know. He's such a misreg. It's so hard to me fucking fathom to say he wants to go to Mexico.
It is actually, but I think he likes like trips. So.
I mean, if this is the case, then. Let's book it.
I'm in. I would love to play on GG for my first time. Oh my God, what's your username going to be? Do you have a GG account?
I have a GG.
You know what mine's going to be? Mid-stakes sedan.
Mid-stakes sedan.
Because we were watching, so there's a little backstory to this, but one time I had a really bad session and I came back miserable, and I really wanted to watch this movie that I had watched on the plane called Old, and it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And it was a really bad movie, objectively, really bad. But I liked it, and I actually would watch it again for the 3rd time. I think it was really entertaining, and I liked the concept and whatever. It's about these people who go to an island, and the island makes them age really fast, and that's it. And it's not that good. And I made Landon and Berkey, and they knew I had a bad day, so they did sit down and watch it with me. They were not entertained. They were not entertained at all. And in the middle of it, so there's this character named Mid-Sized Sedan in it, and he really serves zero purpose. He doesn't add anything to the story. There's really just no reason for him to be in it. So in the middle of it,
legit Mid-Sized
Sedan is the character's name. He's like a rapper.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
Right.
You know?
And then in the middle of it, Berkey just goes, and he's so serious, and he's just like, the inclusion of mid-stakes sedan really makes no sense. And Landon and I just started dying because we're like, he's so serious talking about mid-stakes sedan instead of mid-sized sedan. So my name is probably going to be mid-stakes sedan.
All right.
I would love to go, though. That would be really fun. And I could do some streaming, maybe get back on the streaming streets.
Wow, what if we all did that?
We could all stream. Oh, look at this one. Magnificent beachfront house in Baja. And we could take the dogs, too.
We can drive, right?
Yeah.
How
much?
What?
Woo,
Where do you guys...
$458 a night. Look at this big place.
Do you know about smuggling into Mexico?
Smuggling?
Yeah.
Smuggling what? Dogs?
Well, no.
Weed?
Yeah, you know. Is that allowed?
No, I don't think it's allowed.
Fuck.
But it's Mexico. You can get weed there.
Okay. We'll be all right.
Probably. Just be careful. Probably. Well, cartel. Yeah, be careful because the cartel is the cartel's about.
I mean, I'd probably be friends with them anyway. They'd be cool.
The cartel's about.
I just need Chin to come with me because he can translate the conversation. Please don't kill me. My name
Berkey
is Conrad.
says, it was a bit. When will you guys get the bit? And then someone, which I agree, said, the bit is anytime Berkey says something dumb, it's a bit. It's just a bit. It's just you don't get my advanced comedy. It's a bit.
Wait, I just realized that Guapo's just sitting over there fucking hunting Airbnbs.
I know. He's doing the Lord's work over there.
That's fucking
Should we just do an Airbnb review show?
Wow. Yo, Airbnb
it would be
scare
fun,
me.
though, to do. They scare you.
Yes. I was talking about it with somebody this weekend, and it's like, especially in like Florida and like
Really?
other countries.
You would think that Florida would be not a scary Airbnb
I am
place.
scared of fucking ground floor Airbnbs anywhere.
Ground floor.
Yes.
Just
Too many bugs, like.
well,
especially-
that's not an Airbnb thing. That's just like a ground floor house thing.
Yes, but
Okay.
I only think.
So
of
you're
it-
not afraid of getting captured.
No, I don't give a fuck
Okay,
about that.
that's my, as a small woman, that's my immediate fear response is, oh, it's something to be scared of. It's at being captured and sold into human trafficking.
Yo, in the Fort Lauderdale airport, there was a message from the mayor about human trafficking.
Yeah, those are all over the airport. You don't have those in the bathrooms and stuff? You do in the women's bathroom. How to spot human trafficking. It probably is in the stalls.
I think I've seen one, but I'm not sure where it was. But I didn't. For the
Because-
first time, I heard it over the loudspeaker, the message.
Oh.
And I was just like, wow.
Well, yeah, because the airport is a big human trafficking sort of hub. They're transporting. So if the signs usually they say you see like an older man who like is with a young girl and they look not related, which is funny because if my dad and I were at an airport, I bet we would be targeted for human traffickers because my dad looked nothing like me. He was completely white, like ginger.
Yeah. Like, what age do you think like this would be?
It's like anywhere from like child to like teenager.
I mean,
And a lot of times they'll be from another country or.
yeah. I'm just thinking, like, you can imagine, like, if you're in an airport and you are being victim of something like this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you seek help? Like, even if you're like 11, 12, like, wouldn't like you feel
they're
like you're
scared.
in a safe? But you're in a safe space after you get through.
No, not really. And they have like sometimes they'll have like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of risk if they were to tell somebody, but then like they don't get taken away from the person, then they go with them again, and then they might just like get murked.
Yeah.
For being,
And I guess a lot of them don't even speak English.
Right.
When it comes down to it.
Yeah. So they'll go for people who like aren't citizens or don't speak English or whatever.
It was actually
find them online.
So my aunt lives in Burlington, North Carolina, and we went to Walmart one day, and these ladies were trying to get her to go to Bible study or whatnot. My aunt, whatever, just talking to them, blah, blah, blah. And, like, comes out a week later, it goes out in the news that there were these two ladies in Walmart getting people to go to Bible study and then kidnapping them.
Wow. Yeah, that you have to watch out for the ladies.
Yo.
Because, like, a lot of times they'll enlist women.
Because they gain your trust easier.
Right.
Those women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, like, first of all, they fucked up by picking my aunt. This thing is a
They
pit
tried
bull.
to capture your aunt?
Well, if she had went, she would have.
Okay.
But it's like, this lady is a pit bull.
Yeah.
Like, this is like some people you just don't fuck with.
Yeah.
She looks like one of those people you just don't fuck with.
Right.
Like.
Maybe their targeting was not.
It was not on. It was not on at all.
Not their target market.
Nope. They fucked up there. But, yeah, that's kind of wild.
Well, I mean, you never know. I personally am always on the lookout.
You have to be, right?
Well, yeah, for myself, but also for others. I'm like,
Especially since you look like you're 12.
Like, are you trafficking her? He's like, that's my wife. No. See a lot of those in Vegas.
So wrong.
All right. Well, I would like to see what the chat has to say. We could get into the shits.
We get into the shits?
So Conrad and I are starting a business.
It's true.
As of now, we are life coaches.
Non-professional life coaches.
Not professional. It's free, you know.
I mean,
free of cost.
You can send Zelle if you want. It's
if
fine.
you want to Venmo
Cash App,
us.
PayPal, any of them, you know. You'll figure it out.
Super chats.
Yeah, well, we take it all. Don't worry.
We would love to hear what you guys have going on, and if you have any questions for some advice or advice on anything.
All right.
We're here for you.
We are here for you. Let's start with this one. Jason said, "What should I get my wife for our 13-year anniversary?"
Aww.
It's 13 or 12. I'm not. I saw it earlier. What do you think?
Well, it's so hard to say because you know your wife better than we do. But well, I mean, you can always go the designer handbag route.
Ooh, it sounds expensive.
It is, yeah. Well, on the high end.
How about flowers and chocolate?
Sure, that's good. It's very standard,
just
though.
Call it
I mean,
a day.
yeah, I would personally be fine with that and a designer bag, but no, just kidding. Flowers, the gesture is what counts, right?
It's sure. He doesn't need to spend, 3-4 buy-ins on this. He can probably just get away with it like a quarter of a buy-in.
Well, it's not about what you can get away with spending.
Listen, man, there's a lot of
13 years together. That's a lot of.
There's a lot of anniversaries. There's a lot of things, birthdays and stuff, Christmas. If you can get away sometimes with a quarter of a buy-in present, you just got to do what you got to do, right?
Well, yeah, I guess you do have to do what you have to do. Yeah, a quarter of flowers and chocolate is probably $25 total.
I mean, I was thinking about the good flowers at least. I said a quarter of a buy-in, so I was thinking like $250.
Okay, that's nice flowers.
Yeah. Time out. Have you found any flowers outside of the guy on the corner?
Yeah.
Or your local supermarket?
That's always where I've gotten flowers from.
That cost under $100. Like, if you go to flowers.com and stuff like that, the prices are insane.
Yeah.
To have a bouquet or whatever. I'm just like, the first time I looked at it, I was like, maybe just chocolate. No.
I know they can, and they have flowers now. Oh, I have an idea. They have these flowers now that will last I think they last a year. They're like roses, but they put some sort of, I don't know, they put some sort of thing on it that makes it last a year. It looks cool. Just look up roses that last a year.
It sounds like something we need in our household because everything we have in there just dies.
We just need fake plants.
Yeah. We just need to go fake plant shopping. We'll change that all.
Someone asked, what are some of the best pickup lines that have actually worked on you at a poker table? And Conrad, what are your go-to / favorite pickup lines? Conrad's basically married for his whole life.
It's
so
true.
I don't know if he'll know. But at a poker table, I don't know that I really have gotten any that I've worked at the poker table. Usually it's when someone is hitting on me at the table, I'm just sort of making a cringe face and going, yeah. And if they're, if they're good for the game, then I'll be like, yeah. And if they're not and they're just being a dick, then I'll usually snap back a little bit because I don't care if they leave.
It's actually funny because I've been at the table with you numerous times where guys were trying to,
Oh yeah, remember that one?
But it's always been super cringe.
It is always really cringe.
There's
right?
never been a moment where I was like, all right, Melissa, give him a chance. Or like whatever.
Never.
Something like that. It has always been super cringe.
Yeah, and
there.
honestly, the fact that they are hitting on me at the table is to begin with just not It's a little different, I think, if you want to sort of put out feelers, like maybe you say something flirty in passing. Mm-hmm. But if you're just outright like shooting your shot at the table, I would say probably a no. I wouldn't recommend doing it because it puts us in a weird position where I'm there to like make money. I'm not and it's like I don't want to have to leave the table because this has turned into a
creepy situation.
You know, an auction house on my body. I don't want to have to like think about that. I would prefer to just think about playing. So yeah, I would say overall don't hit on a woman at the table. I think that flirty little things in passing, I mean, you have to be, first of all, you're playing poker, for God's sakes. You should be a little bit socially aware. So although I know a lot of poker players are not so socially aware, so maybe it's like a little bit of a contradiction, but you gotta be able to subtly throw stuff in and then see the reaction. Like if they respond in a flirty way back, okay, maybe after or when you're leaving or whatever, maybe you get their number or something. But if they are like not into it, just take the hint. Don't convince yourself that, oh, maybe they just didn't hear me or something. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. They did hear you, but just move on.
Yeah. Poker players aren't the best at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Berkey's actually been going off.
What was he saying?
Well, he was saying some of the best pickup lines that you have gotten.
Oh, shut up, Berkey. I've been playing 1-2 for 15 years. Can you tell Berkey I said hi? Yes. Right? These are things, yes, these have happened. Actually, the pickup line that guy used was, I thought it was pretty good until I realized that he actually, like, he admitted to me on our first sort of date thing that he actually is completely playing the numbers game. Well, first of all, why would you say this on a date? This is so weird to say on a date.
This was funny.
But he said, you know, like sometimes I'll just go to the mall and then just like give a bunch of people my number and like see what happens. And I'm just like, oh, so I'm not special, because he just saw me and was like, I think you dropped this, and then like gave me his number. And I thought that was so like cute. I'm like, of course, like I'm very cynical with this stuff, but then as soon as something like that happens, oh, it's the beginning of our love story, and this is how it starts, and this is what I'll tell my children when I talk about how I met their father, because I don't know them at all, but I'm totally projecting this love story onto them. And then it just turns out that's just what they do every day. They go around and do that to everybody every day.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's all about volume. It's a numbers game. Yeah, see, I'm not weird. Like in my delusional brain, I'm thinking I'm special. Like they saw me and they were like, that's my wife. Like that did not happen.
And what was your thoughts after that, 24 hours after the date?
I was done with it. I was like, he can't even close. That's what I thought. Because I was ready to get into it.
You were ready for the shits?
Yeah.
Understood.
I could have done without the date, to be honest. I didn't really need the chicken fingers and whatever it was. I was fine with just going to his place or something, which is probably a reason why I have this issue to begin with, because
it happens.
You gotta make them, gotta make them wait a little bit, probably.
Understood.
Just sit back and get to know someone maybe before saying, oh, he's my husband.
Wow, this is a step in the right direction.
I know, I'm learning.
Wow.
I it's clear through my time on this podcast, I've learned some stuff about myself. One, that I need therapy. Like, I definitely need therapy still. But that's okay.
Don't we all?
We all need a little therapy.
I mean, as you saw in that video earlier, they needed shock therapy.
Yeah, I might need a lobotomy, but that's fine. But I am learning.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
It's a slow process.
We're gonna basically, I've just decided I'm going to focus only on my money. And whoever comes along, comes along. And whoever leaves, leaves. But
Sure.
I hope to sit on a fat, eye-searing pile of cash.
Wow, an eye-searing pile of cash.
Yes. And then who cares? He comes, he goes.
Doesn't
He
matter.
won't know about my pile,
Smart.
but I'll have it. And no one will know. I could have it now. You
So you
guys
do
wouldn't
it.
even know.
I think
What are your tips if someone wants to hit on somebody or shoot their shot?
don't do it at a poker table.
Yeah, don't
That's
do it at a poker
super
table.
sketch. Like, you just
Well, any situation where, so say I feel the same way with an employee working. Anything where they
Yes.
have to stay there,
Anytime you're
or
locked
they,
in.
they have a separate incentive to stay there. Not good,
yeah,
because they kind of feel a little trapped.
yeah. You don't want to trap anybody
Yeah.
ever, probably.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like the way to go. I kind of feel bad for women that like get hit on a table because like I know there's nowhere for them to go, and it's just like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Get up and leave this table?
Especially
'Cause-
if you're like running bad or something, and I don't know, it's just sort of annoying. Like, not that running bad should make you, in a worse mood or whatever, but there was one night when I was at the Win and I was sort of just not feeling it. I was kind of tired. It was like towards the end of my session. It wasn't going that well. And this guy, like, I won a pot. It was not a crazy thing or anything. And this guy goes, where's your smile? Why aren't you smiling or something? And I was
because I'm stuck balls.
I was feeling a little snippy, as one might say. So I just said, you're not paying me, are you? If you're paying me, I'll smile for you. But otherwise, I don't work for you. And he was just like, whoa, what's her problem? Women are always like this. Why are women always like this? I'm like, well, maybe if women are always like this to you, that's like more of a reflection of your demeanor.
Yeah, the real problem there is he wouldn't ask the guy that just won a table, why aren't you
Exactly.
smiling?
That's
so like
the
that's
thing.
the issue. And it's like
There's a bunch of other guys at the table, and he didn't ask any of them why they weren't smiling.
that's actually my favorite story of a guy hitting on you at the table.
Which one?
When I think it was a Russian kid in seat 1 at MGM.
I know we have so many MGM Chronicles
Yeah.
stories. We really should have vlogged it.
Yeah,
Should we grind this promotion and vlog it?
Wow. Is that what we're gonna do?
That seems kind of like a good idea.
It seems like a fucking genius idea, but we just have to do
Because
it.
there's so many, like, I mean, most of the time it's fucking boring and you're playing against nit regs, but like, there's a lot of random funny stuff that happens. Like, remember that old Asian guy who got, this was the funniest, the guy who goes, "You're a very good boy, man." So there was this old Asian guy, amazing action, just was like 2K deep at 1-2, just splashing around, but he ended up getting on one guy's nerves. He was being very loud. He was super drunk, but he knew what was going on more than he let on. He was hamming up the drunkenness a little bit.
Yeah, he just seemed like an LA Cash player,
Yeah.
like whatever. Just plays a
And
lot.
what did he do to make that guy so angry? I think he
man.
touched him.
Touched him, yup.
Oh, because the guy was lifting up his cards and he was like about to expose them preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
So he like put his hand on his arm and he's like, "Don't touch me," because he was
Yeah.
already annoyed with him.
He
for
had
being
just stacked
loud.
him or something.
He just stacked him, yeah. So he's like, "Don't touch me," and they kind of were like having a little.
Yeah, the guy was just
they
bickering
were
at him.
arguing.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Just don't say anything to me for the rest of the time I'm here." And then the old Asian guy goes, "What about, you're very handsome?" and then the guy like cracked a smile, and then they ended up like fist bumping, and then he's like, "See, you're a very good boy, man."
When he first said you were very handsome, we fucking lost it.
Yeah.
I know I was on the floor personally.
He goes, "Oh, what about, you're very handsome?" The guy it was so like unexpected that the guy just like cracked a smile, and then they were friends.
It was so great. You're a very good boy.
Yeah, you're a very good boy, man. Because he apologized. He was like, "I'm sorry, I got so annoyed." He's okay.
That guy was great. He was there for like 3 days in a row.
I loved that guy.
He was so much fun.
So great.
Yeah. I love
you. Well, you got most of his money.
That doesn't matter. Nobody cares about where the money goes to. It's all about having fun and, you know, living in the life, living that experience of playing poker at the MGM sometimes, you know. It's just like, thanks for the money.
I can't believe you also won 5K from just flop. 5K at 1-2 from just flopping. Just flopping a royal, not a big deal during the time that they had a specific promotion. So tell me, you manifested that, right?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You want to know the sickest part about that shit? The guy who runs the room, Marty, texted me, or I was talking to him later on that day, and he says, or it might have been Earl. Regardless, they go to me. You know we were going to make that 25K? The flopper royal? I was like, that's 5x what I got. What the fuck?
Wait, 25K?
They were going to make it 25K if you flopped a royal.
Oh, shit. And that would have been so crazy.
That would have been nuts. Like, how good would I?
I mean, you should have flopped the steel wheel. At least that was 10. Running bad, man.
Was it?
Yeah. Steel wheel was 10 to encourage people to play like deuce 4 and stuff like that.
I didn't know that. If I knew that, I would have flopped the steel wheel.
I know. You should have. You manifested the wrong one.
This is fucked up. I need people to start putting their promotions on the front door when I walk in, so I understand what I need to manifest. Because I'm not there to pay the extra rake for the promotion or anything. Like, I'm not there for that shit. It's $2 a hand. I play a lot of hands. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
But if I understand the promotion, I can manifest what I need to, you know, be rake free for the night.
Right.
So
that was what you should have manifested.
Well, now
but at least you manifested something.
I'm kind of upset because I could have gotten.
I was trying so hard for the steel wheel. I was just playing like deuce 4 under the gun. Like I was like, I'm gonna flop the steel wheel, you guys, and I didn't.
I mean,
the guy next to me flopped quads though. I think that was like $500. I don't know, whatever. But right now they have
quads gets flopped. It seems.
I know. Actually, I'm really like, oh look, the secret. Conrad actually wrote that. It's weird because I feel like I've flopped quads live a bunch, but I don't feel like I flop quads live or online that much, which is weird because you play more hands online.
Yeah, I was playing. When I was playing cast this weekend or whatever week, I think I saw like 4 flopped quads because there was a promotion going on, so everybody was just showing them all the time. And I was just like, "What in the fuck is going on? This is crazy." And then I turned quads. I was just like,
I flopped quad aces in a bomb pot once. I actually flopped quads in a bomb pot twice. Once was with aces, once was with fives.
Well, this isn't a great feeling. Is it a double board?
One was double board. Which is nice because you're locked up on one board. Yeah. So if you can get them off the other board, then you win. But
it kind of feels like a waste of quads if you fucking heads up.
Well, the other one actually, I ended up getting because the other guy had kings. It was like 5-5-8 or something, and he was not letting go of his kings. So,
all right, well that's nice though when you flop quads.
It is. It is nice, especially if you are like usually when you flop quads, like they don't really have much else, so you kind of just get a fold on the flop.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now you get some action, and you might even be good on the other board with you, whatever.
Yeah. Actually, I think I won with the aces on the other board.
That's a good feeling.
Someone asked you specifically, where is it? How do you feel about giving off false tells? I have a similar image as action in my games, and I know my opponents. I know how to get them to fold or call, but I don't think it's ethical. Of course it is. It's part of poker.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where there's like a line. I mean, in your head, there's a line.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that there is no line. Because, like, we're playing for money.
Right.
And, like, your opponents are going to take as many edges as they can if they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
So you need to do the same.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to you got to give somebody the, you know, like,
that never works when I try it.
It works so well. And I don't do it much. But it's like, when somebody is just on that like edge and all they need is me to drop my shoulder a little bit, my shoulder's going down.
Yeah.
It's like, It's a weird feeling, but at the same time, it's going to happen to you, so you have to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing with, it's like, it's because it's zero sum. If you're not doing everything in your power to win, and they are, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's sort of, obviously, angling is not good, but I think if you have, I mean, it's the same thing with going off of like live reads and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's angling because you're giving, because somebody else is looking at you for a read. So how is it? It can't be angling at all.
Exactly.
It's somebody's looking at you for a read, and you're gonna give them a false, whatever, a false tell, and like that is part of the game. Like, you know, it's weird because like I do not like to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely do feel like
I know that I'm like not going to be able to balance them well, like fake tells and real tells and whatever. So I just kind of try and stay as still as possible, like both scenarios, because otherwise I'm like getting in my head about trying to balance tells and stuff.
I'm very like, I have like 2 and 2, like 2 for fold, 2 for call, and like I kind of just go off of those 2 and just bounce off of them. And it's like whatever. Yeah,
I really don't know. Like, you're usually laughing on the river when you're all in, and I'm just like, I don't know what this means, really.
I mean, I'm always laughing, but it's just like the other things that, because like people don't look at my laughing at as anything because I don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So like, it's the other things that you give off. Like,
someone told me I have a neck tell.
Are you Brian LaManna?
No, he has an eye tell. He looks like a deer in the headlights.
I have kings. Help!
Except for I was playing that hand versus him, and I didn't see it, and everyone else did. So
you gotta pay more attention.
I know. It goes
gotta pay more attention.
I should have paid more attention. Maybe I would have bet bigger on the river. I did get that check raise in. I was trying to double check. I was trying to triple check raise the tortoise, which is just you can't do. That's not the person you triple check raise.
The tortoise.
But I thought it would be so cool to triple check raise on Poker Out Loud.
If you would have got a fucking triple check raise in on the tortoise.
Imagine.
On the tortoise.
It's just almost worth it to try, I think, because of the glory.
It's definitely worth it to try. I would agree there. Because like if you got it through,
it would be legendary.
It's legendary.
Triple check raising the tortoise.
Like the tortoise bet 3 times is what you're telling me?
Dude, yeah.
Like that's some legendary shit.
He didn't even bet
there.
the turn. I check raised the flop, and my straight came in on the turn. He didn't even bet. It's like he soul read me. But he did call my river bet. But I think I could have gotten more.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
He had kings.
Yeah. I didn't know he was that strong. But everyone else did because they saw his face before the hand started.
Yo, the moment the hand happened, Chin's just in the group. Oh my God, Brian has kings. He's doing this deer in the headlight thing, Berkey.
He knew it wasn't aces because he was like, there was a slight fear in his eyes, like of the ace coming on the flop. It's so funny because people are so afraid of the ace coming on the flop when they have kings. But like, I'm the big blind. Like, I don't have that many aces. Yeah. I'm going to raise a lot of them. So if an ace comes, you're probably still good.
Probably fine. You just gotta hold on.
Hold on, tortoise. Hold on, tortoise. We're going for a ride.
It's true. We got any more questions in here?
Let's see. What else do we have here?
Conrad reads? No, I do not actually. You are correct. I should ask for a recorded message.
An audiobook.
Yeah, I need a recorded message. I need a recorded message at all the front of poker rooms. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's how.
Oh, well, we have this. Somebody wants to get an update on Chin and witness protection.
Witness protection. He is.
Yes.
He Yep. He witnessed a murder.
Did this happen in the DR?
No, it was here. That's why he went to the DR.
Wait. We're not supposed to know where he is.
Oh, he's not in the DR. His name is not Chin. We don't know actually who that is. We've never met. I've never met anyone named Chin. I totally thought Chin was an Asian guy.
I think his new name is Dexter Morgan.
His name's Morgan?
Dexter Morgan.
Oh.
You know who Dexter Morgan is?
From Dexter?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just context clues. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Dexter? You
No.
would fucking love it. You're a sick fuck.
I know.
You would absolutely love it.
I do. I
Like,
do love that.
Do you know what
stuff.
it's about?
He kills people, but they deserve it.
Yes. So he's a Miami forensic scientist that only kills people that get away with crimes and deserve pain.
Right.
And it is so fucking good. I can't believe you've never seen it. Like, it's bloody, it's gory.
I used to watch a lot more TV before poker. Now all my free time is just poker. It's like if I'm not doing poker stuff in my free time, I'm like, what are you doing with your life?
I stopped watching TV for a while. But funny enough, the last 2 days I've been just like watching TV.
Yeah.
And I've been watching like The Rookie.
Don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a really stupid TV show about a 46-year-old cop or something like that. That it's his first year on the job. Makes me feel good. What can I say?
Okay, yeah. It takes so much attention. I like reality TV because it doesn't take that much attention to follow along what's going on because they're so stupid and the storylines are so dumb and simple that I can just sit there and zone out, and it's just cheap entertainment. Like, so if I'm going to watch TV in my free time, it's probably that, because I've probably spent the rest of the day grinding my gears all day until I want to bleed out of my eyes and ears, so I'm ready to just shut it off.
Right.
But I do appreciate a good drama or series. I like, especially if it's well done. I do appreciate good TV writing.
Yeah, I'm big into like TV series. Like, I've seen them all.
Yeah, you really have seen them all.
I have seen all the good ones from.
Do you watch TV when you play poker?
Online sometimes.
Do you listen to stuff?
I use it as background noise.
Yeah.
That's how I've watched actually a lot of my TV shows, kind of just background noise while I'm doing other things. But yeah.
If either of you weren't in poker, what would you do? That's a great question, because I dropped out of college.
I dropped out of high school.
I had 2 semesters left.
I had 3 years left.
Yeah. So we're, our resumes are not the best. I would love to see like our resumes, like just show them on the pod. Our resumes are just laughable. I mean, mine, I worked at a party store. That was my first job, filling up balloons for $7 an hour. Okay. And then I worked at a Jewish, Orthodox Jewish, which actually you know a lot about Orthodox Jewish communities. I worked at Orthodox Jewish camp, but I was just working in the office, which was actually
Wait, they let you work?
Yeah.
They just really needed help or something?
Yeah, my friend's dad like partially owned the camp, so that's how I got the job there.
Gotcha. But
that was a little bit of a pay raise. I think I got 8 or 10 an hour.
Were you looked at differently?
No, actually, they were very accepting of me.
Okay.
There was a separate room for eating in.
You were in a separate room for eating?
Yeah, because they can't have their food touch. I don't know what the rule is, something or other. And so I did the transportation planning there, which is a very tedious process of printing out an Excel. It's so fucking inefficient. It made me want to blow my eyes out, because I cannot stand like when there's a more efficient way to do something, but they won't let me do it. So I have to sit there and check off each one manually by hand instead of just like using the search function on the computer, because that's too complicated for them and they don't trust it. So I had to like mark off everything on a piece of paper, print it out the Excel sheet, and then type it back in, because, that makes sense. So I was doing that. And then I developed a severe Clash of Clans addiction during that time. So I almost got fired because I was on Clash of Clans all the time.
Okay.
During my job.
I've had a couple jobs in my life. I was my mother's medical assistant. She was a pediatrician. I did that for a couple of years. Actually, at that time, I was also a nanny. I used to babysit.
That does not surprise me. You're very maternal.
Like, I was I'm very maternal.
You are.
I used to babysit for like couple actresses and actors and bankers in downtown Manhattan. And
famous people? Did you have to sign NDAs?
I did not sign any NDAs.
Oh, so who were they?
I don't feel right saying it, but there are a couple.
Julianne Moore.
I don't know.
Julianne Moore. It's the only famous person I saw when I was living in New York. She's from, I don't know. She's got red hair.
Okay. I actually saw a lot of famous people, actors and actresses, because my mom used to be their pediatrician.
Okay.
She had worked in downtown Manhattan and Tribeca, so there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I will say the only one I didn't like, Usher.
Really?
Yep.
He was rude?
It's just diva.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Straight up diva.
I could see Usher being a
Everybody
diva.
else I came in contact with, super cool.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I had the party store job, which was I almost got fired because I worked with my like best friends from high school, and my friend would be like talking to somebody, like helping them, and then we would spray his butt with like water, so he had like a big water stain on his butt, and then he would walk to show them wherever the thing was, and he'd just be walking with this huge water stain on his butt.
Yeah, I feel like you in a party store working is not the best idea around friends. Like,
yeah, because I was like working with all my like shithead friends, and we just.
Well, you guys tapped into the helium.
Yeah, we did the helium all the time. Yeah, all the time. I mean, you have to.
I mean, that's like probably the perk of the job, right?
Yeah. Well, then, so I had the party store, the camp, and then I worked at Luke's Lobster.
I like that place.
That was good. That was a good job. I got a lot of free food and pumpkin ale. Because that one was the highest alcohol percentage, so I would drink that one on the job. And then I worked at a thrift store. And actually...
A thrift store?
Yeah.
What was that like?
So people would bring their clothes in, and then I would have to be like, this is ugly, this is out of season, your clothes are poorly taken care of, we're not taking this. Or I would have to give them, price everything, and then give them a slip that they were completely not happy with because it was way less money than they expected. And then either way, I was getting yelled at by the customer.
So you loved it.
Yeah. So our boss, well, I loved it because our boss actually was like super, she wasn't chill. I would not describe her as chill. She was very unchill, but she also did not allow, like if people were rude to us, we were allowed to be rude back.
Okay.
So that was nice. At least we could defend ourselves against, like, people were just always going to be unhappy when their clothes are being turned away. We were telling them they're out of season or, you know, not going to sell well. But that job was great too because I got a 55% discount on everything and we got to price everything. So if I really wanted something, I could price it pretty low and still get 55% on it. And it never went on the floor. It was just directly into my box to buy.
I had the same thing at Macy's when I was like 11. I used to be able to price everything in the room.
You worked at Macy's at 11?
No. It was
laws.
probably like 12, 13 actually. We used to walk in and we used to say that it was when they didn't have tags.
Oh, it's like when you
so
switch
we
the
used to just
shoes in the
switch
box.
tags,
Yeah.
and we used to say that everything was on the 70 plus
right.
50% off rack. And we used to walk out with, I don't know, a couple $100 worth of clothing for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It was my job at Macy's.
That was your job. Yeah. That was your job at Macy's. It wasn't Plato's Closet. It was Beacon's Closet. Beacon's Closet? Yeah.
Plato's Closet is all over the place, huh?
Yeah, it's a franchise.
Okay, because the only time I've ever seen it was in Wilmington, North Carolina, I feel like.
Yeah. One time this woman came in, so it was in Park Slope, right by Barclays Center.
Okay.
And this woman came in one time, like just so cracked up, and my coworker is pregnant, and she was telling my coworker she's gonna like eat her baby, and she was knocking all the racks over and like throwing tags all over the place. I wasn't there, but I saw the video. Everyone took videos and stuff. And they're like, oh my God, this lady tried to eat her baby. So crazy. New York was a fun
New York's a wild place.
There's just so much that happens every day. You sort of start to get numb to like these crazy events happening in front of you every day. Like, oh, there's someone with like blood pouring out of their face. Like, whatever. It's just another day.
New York builds character.
Yeah,
That's
but it also makes you really numb to people, I think. Like, you sort of just get used to seeing so many people and everyone living on top of you that you just sort of lose a bit of empathy.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially when you fucking hate half of them because they're all assholes.
Right. Yeah. And like one time I fell like right on my face and no one even stopped.
You probably deserved it, honestly.
I did. I didn't tie my shoes well and I tripped on my lace. My shoe was untied. I was in a rush and I tripped on my lace. So I stepped on my lace with the other shoe and I just tumbled forward. My hand was all bloody. It looked like Negreanu's hand after that fake stampede or whatever.
It's just kind of like New York just like, yeah, it just desensitizes you to people. You're 110% right. Because like everything, like you just don't want to talk to people.
No, and
like,
everyone's always in a rush. Even if you're not really in a rush.
You're in a rush.
You are, because you want to get home. You don't want to be in the subway or around all these people walking around in shit puddles and stuff. Like you just want to be home.
Yeah, New York. It's a wild spot. I love it and I hate it so much.
I know. It's so love-hate. Because it's like when you're away from it, it sort of feels that romanticized feeling again where you're like, oh, New York. But then when you're living there, like, how is this healthy?
Yeah, you just have to be extremely, extremely, extremely wealthy.
Yeah.
And like to live it the correct way. Other than that, it's a fucking hustle. Yeah. It is two jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Sell drugs on the side, hustle.
It is.
Like everybody has to do something.
It's stressful.
And it's like, is this the life anybody wants to live? You go out of Miami, you don't have to do anything.
I know.
Like rent's cheap.
Well, and then coming out here, I was shocked at how much space you could get for the price. Yeah. I was used to like $2,000 plus is a studio or whatever.
Here it's a fucking 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
With a backyard. Maybe you might get a pool for $25.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, it's a huge difference. And like the quality of life I kind of find is way better out here. And for what it's worth, I've never lived in Manhattan. I've always lived on like the outskirts in like Jersey or whatnot. And
I lived in a few different places in Manhattan.
Yeah.
The worst was Kips Bay because I was right by all those hospitals. So it's like 31st and 1st.
Okay.
And it's just like all like the NYU hospital, this hospital. It's just so many hospitals and sirens
all day,
all the time.
Man.
Yeah, I don't miss living there.
That's the other thing, like the noise. Like is there a place in the city that's quiet ever? Like.
Yeah, I mean Park Slope was pretty quiet.
Well, that's another
in
suburb.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's not Manhattan.
Yeah.
Manhattan is just so condensed, so many people.
Right. Upper East Side's a little bit quiet.
love Park Slope. Park Slope is extremely nice.
I really
like
liked
those
Park
condo
Slope.
like
and
townhouses.
Prospect Park is right there.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Love that
that's like you feel like you're not in the city. I used to take Rudy there like every day to the dog beach and he would swim.
Yeah, I like the other side, Brooklyn Heights. Like right by that pier. I love that area. It's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Brooklyn, actually.
I like Brooklyn a lot.
Williamsburg. RT.
Roberta's Pizza is there, which is, I think about it at least 4 times a week.
I don't know what the name of the bagel shop is, but it's so good. It's right off the L train, I want to say. And it's like this huge bagel shop to die for. I love my bagels and pretzels.
Do you get lox?
Funny enough, you asked me that. The first time I ever tried lox was when my boy Matty Waxy made me a lox croissant sandwich.
Just this past
weekend.
You had never tried lox.
I had never tried lox.
How are you from New York? You never tried lox.
Well, he told me it's
Get
because
a
I'm not
good
Jewish.
schmear with some lox, some capers, some onions.
It was so good.
So good.
That I literally ordered an avocado lox sandwich the next day.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It is. It's very good.
It's the sashimi at breakfast.
Sure. Yeah. You could say that. Yeah. You could say that.
Like, I feel like I've been missing out my whole life.
Yeah, you have.
It's.
You have to go with the capers and the onions, though.
What are capers exactly?
I don't really know. They're little balls. I have some in the fridge.
Oh, is it the They look like eggs, kind of like.
Yeah, they look like. Sure. Yeah, they look like frog eggs.
All right. Yeah, like fish eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But they're really salty. All right, guys. What else do you need advice on?
Yeah. What else is going on here?
We talked about reputation at the table.
I love the pod, but it tilts me when the title just says Only Friends Pod with Matt Berkey. When Matt Berkey is in the Smokies, not smoking anything.
I know.
Yo, I read that off so well. I'm so proud of myself.
That was good. Yeah, not even a hitch.
I'm gonna give myself a round of applause.
Someone
for that
said
one.
capers look like rat turds.
That's
not true.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of is.
Just not.
Well, it seems like we don't have any more questions in here. You guys are obviously all fucked because you're not asking for the advice of the non-professionals.
I mean, this is such a rare opportunity to get advice from such a, have our lives together so much and are so, we're esteemed life coaches that people pay a lot of money for our one-on-one coaching.
It's true. Wait, people pay you?
They will now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right.
The life coaching thing is interesting. I know a lot of people who went into that field, and it confuses me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because my best friend is in school to become a therapist.
Okay.
And I see the process that she's having to go through of getting all these hours and doing all this schooling and, just to be licensed to do therapy. And then these people are coming out of the woodwork named, Bear Medicine Child, and they're charging $1,000 an hour for like a spiritual song coaching sound bath lesson to heal your life.
Is this our pivot?
I don't know. No one's asking freaking questions.
That's because they want to pay $1,000 an hour to hear it.
I know.
People don't like stuff for free.
It's ridiculous.
Like, is a life coach a non-professional therapist?
Yeah, I mean they pretty much are. Like they should. It seems like something that shouldn't really be allowed because
I should say non-licensed, not non-professional. But yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be allowed.
They're not licensed, but they're, I think to an extent, let's say you're coaching on, you're doing a career coaching or you're doing a specific type of coaching that is not dealing with mental health stuff, then it should be fine, I think. But if you're saying that you can someone should go off all their medication and you're going to cure them with your sound bath.
I don't think that's what life coaches are putting out.
It is.
Oh, if they are. Then that's some shit right there.
Oh, we have a question. This is a pretty good one. Most degen gambling moment?
Most?
I think that we have good answers for this.
Most?
You don't really degen pit stuff though. You degen poker.
Like higher stakes.
Yeah.
I just shoot
You'll
higher.
play high stakes of a game that you don't know how to play, and that's your degen version.
That is my degen. That's because I was bad growing coming up, kind of.
Oh, you did a lot of...
I just kind of felt like I degenerated in every moment, in every way.
Yeah.
Like, I did a lot of sports, betting here and there. I'd go down to play baccarat and stupid shit like that. And just, like, it was all one gamble for me growing up when I was dealing. Like, it didn't matter. It was just...
Because you were making so much dealing, too. So you would just go and try and run it up even more, and then if you busted, you didn't really care.
It had no effect on me.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, back in the box, and like, I'd stake a couple people in the game and just, like, keep doing it, and that was my way of gambling, and that was my way of, like, getting, I guess, a fix. I don't fucking know. But, like, yeah. Mostly it was all through poker.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that's where I would lean now, because I feel like I dipped real hard into the pit games and the gambling, the minus EV gambling, and then I dipped real hard out. So I sort of I feel like I've gotten the full experience. I've gone every route I can in that arena where I've I banked a slot for $50K, and then I lost all of it plus some, and then I went back up, and it was just like, so you really you get into a state of mind that is not pleasant to be in. It's
fuck no.
It is not fun.
You're literally on a fucking depending on where you are in your life, and probably it's not the best place when you're doing stuff like this.
You're usually escaping or something.
Reality.
Yeah, reality.
So, like, you're literally just on a rope, swinging from bridge to bridge,
right?
hoping that it doesn't snap.
Yeah, and it's the way I see it now is you're kind of loaning your money to a nefarious house that is gonna, like, give you back some of it at some point, maybe. But maybe not. And it's like, okay, this seems like a bad deal for me.
It's just horrible.
It's bad. But I ran really good when I first, like, tried that stuff. So I thought that I thought I had it figured out, that I was just the chosen one. And that's never good. It's never good when you think that.
I know you were into slots. Did you ever fuck around other places?
I had a couple of blackjack sessions, but I never really got, like, the slots was the only thing I really got the bug with.
Okay.
That was the one thing that hooked me, because it's just so, I like things, my brain loves things that are really repetitive, and the intermittent dopamine and all that. So the lights and everything, it got me.
Got you.
Got me.
The fucking lights.
And also you plays mind games with you, because you convince yourself that your pattern recognition has picked up on this, and you know something that other people don't. It's like, that is so fucking dumb.
I mean, yeah, I've been there, but not with slots.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, now that I've played a lot more live poker now. Now I'm playing online mostly because I'm trying to up my skills a bit and do some assessing, so you get a little sample to look at. But I realize that a lot of people who are playing live poker would have a much better ROI playing slots. Some people are losing 20, 30, 40, 50% probably the way they're playing, whereas slots, you'll lose single digit percent.
Really? It's that small?
Yeah, the holdback is, I don't know, it depends on the place, but it's usually like the RTP is like the return to player, and a lot of them will have like 90 to 96%.
Interesting. Somebody has a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you, or have you ever, wished there was another female in the midst of the South for Y household?
Yeah, I have. I do find it to be comforting when another woman comes to the house, because there's just like certain things that they'll get that guys won't get. I don't know what exactly, but yeah, I think, I'm used to being around guys a lot. I grew up that way in like a group of guy friends, and then I would try and go be friends with girls, and then it would like go terribly, and they would make fun of me for trying. So that was sort of my cycle that I went. I had a bunch of different groups of girlfriends that I like would try and fit in with, and then they would be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you trying to be a girl right now?" And like they would like make fun of me because it did feel very sort of unnatural for me to be like doing a lot of girly stuff. Yeah. But I also think it's so important to, especially being in a male dominated industry and I live with all guys, I have to have like females that I talk to regularly, or I will feel like weird, like I feel like a part disconnected from a part of myself, so I have to like reconnect with that. But I feel in my brain very like neutral, like I don't feel like
so you would just want another female in the house for a female friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Not because we're all assholes or anything.
No.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, it would be fun to be like have a woman to gang up on you guys with. But other than that, it would be, I don't know, it would be nice. I don't really care. Because in my brain, I really feel an equal mix of male and female. I don't really feel either way.
Move in.
Who?
Jeno.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wait, why didn't I ask Jeno to be on the pod today?
We should have brought Jeno.
Geno's coming on the pod tomorrow. Everybody is in for a treat. Jeno has a fucking library of Berkey and Lamanna videos that we're going to somehow get into tonight. I know she has a special one of Chin. Oh, man, this is going to be
really
fucking great. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow.
Her.
I'm going to actually get her to work right now. And we're going to start this up.
Someone said I'm like Elaine on Seinfeld.
Who's Elaine? Which one?
The only woman.
I've never seen Seinfeld.
Somebody asked, I saw a question earlier. It was about poker. That I play bigger cash games now. What was the process of going from lower stakes to mid and higher study-wise and getting the confidence to move up? I played a lot of hours at MGM 1-2, like a lot. And I would go back and play that now. Like I'll play anything. Like if I'm playing bigger, like I'll probably sell some of myself because, well, I have to, just bankroll wise, it doesn't make any sense. But also, I think just getting the hours in live, like I really did not feel comfortable live. I still feel at home playing online. That just, I grew up playing computer games and like video games, and it just, my brain loves that. But I also know live is like extremely profitable, and it's also a better lifestyle. Just live cash is a much healthier grind than playing online. Mm-hmm. But you'll get less hands in. And I did find that after playing a bunch of only live, I was not studying enough during that time. My game kind of fell apart. And like I realize that now that I'm back playing, like I'm grinding out hands online right now to try and get a sample, like a big enough sample to look at and really assess.
So I'm in this point where it's so fucked up in my head right now. Like when I go play 1-2 MGM, there is a certain way one can play and just win all the money.
Yes. Well, you I think have a play style that is that at 1-2, like you just, that is big low stakes games like that play bigger is like your wheelhouse, I think.
Yes. Now, I love playing in the best game available, you know?
Of course.
So, biggest, best, whatever the case may be. There's no translation. There's no room to like really bring the fuckery that happens here anywhere else.
What do you mean?
Like
to other games?
Yeah.
The
like
bigger games?
Bigger games.
Sure there is.
I mean,
people fuck around in 5-10 like a lot. It's just a matter of like who's at the table.
I'm sorry, so it's probably just the middle. Just the middle, because the middle just finds like tight ground.
Oh, 2-5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like 5-10 is where there's a little more action.
Win 2-5 is very not reggy, but
it's so funny because Win 2-5 was.
It used to be the reg game.
When I first came to Vegas like 4.5 years ago, which let's say like 3 to 4.5 years ago. In between that time, it was nothing but regs.
Yeah.
Everybody would just sit down with the max, and the game was just like pulling teeth. It was not good. The game was just not good.
Yeah.
Whereas you went to go play 1-3, 500, game was off the hook.
I know.
Absolutely off the charts. And I was just like, why am I playing any other game in the room?
Yeah, win 2-5. I think I've ran really good every time I've played there. I'm up the most at win 2-5 out of every like game that I've played this year. And
you've won the most at win 2-5.
Yeah, like you can have sessions where you walk out plus 4K, plus 3K, like, and it's not like an anomaly, like it'll happen a lot. So that game's great, but but back to the question of how to like prepare for it. I think just play like study. I would study and get better. Like the way I like to study is through online, because you can kind of try out new stuff at lower stakes and with more volume. And you can also get data on what you're doing and sort of assess things, and you can get the hand histories and you don't have to write things down, blah blah blah, more hands. But like sharpening through that way, and then getting the reps in, and then playing live to get comfortable, playing live lowest stakes you can to get comfortable. And then just like moving up from there whenever you taking some shots. If that doesn't work out, dropping back down. I'm not great at the dropping back down part.
I'm all over the place.
I don't care
what I'm playing. So
yeah,
as long as the game's good and I feel like I'm gonna have some type of fun,
yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, when you go from playing online to playing live, it just feels like so fucking easy. It's just like, this is insane. It's literally free money, and I'm playing bigger than I would play online. So it feels awesome when you like get yourself sharp online and then you play live. That's to me like the best transition.
Yeah, I mean, because you're playing 50-cent dollar online, and then you just go play 1-2, where it's like, especially if you go to play like MGM or something.
Right.
You know, just kind of.
Well, you're going
really
from
big.
like you're winning, I don't know, like 6 to 12 big blinds for 100 online, and then you're going to play live where you can win 60 big blinds or 100 or whatever. So
that's basically my hourly.
Yeah.
Playing 1-2 max stack.
Yeah. It's definitely doable.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of wild. You know, actually in the game. Yeah.
Well, there is just sort of free money. I mean, people are going there and clearly seeing their chips as like gambling tokens, just to see flops and try and make hands. And then your job there is to be the house and make them pay to make their hands that they want to make.
It's so true.
And then buff them off when they don't get there.
It's fun for that.
Yeah.
Florida Cash is alive and fucking well.
Florida Cash.
Those games are so good.
Yeah.
Like, because like most people, there's a lot of PLO going on in Florida. A lot of from 2-2 to 10-10 5 cards, and there is just so much action, like to the point where it's like you can probably move here and make a nice living playing 2-2 PLO. Yeah, and like I don't know, I feel like a lot of the gamblers have just moved toward more cards right now in other places other than Las Vegas. Yeah, I think PLO is well, I can see why PLO would attract more gamblers, because you have more cards to gamble with, so you're more likely to make a hand in any given scenario. You're more likely to sort of like get it all in on the flop and run it out type of thing. I don't know. Those games are fucking crazy. The PLO I have played in Florida and Texas, it just shows me that more gamblers want to like kind of like go that way, and they just want to play. Everyone's saying you're not making blah 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 cap to it. So I think it's probably not possible in a 100 big blind cap game, but we're talking about match stack. So you're definitely able to make more big blinds per hour with match stack games. I don't know what's possible, what's not possible. All I know is for 2 months before the series, I played a lot of MGM and cash, and I was making 60 big blinds. It's a lot easier when you are sitting, like you can sit 1,000 plus big blinds deep and stack people for that much. For sure. But Just what happened.
Yeah. You know?
I don't know what to tell you.
All right, well.
Get out of here and do something with our lives.
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour. I think this was a good, I think that we did pretty well considering it was just the two of us.
For two people that looked at each other in the car ride over here and said, what are we talking about today?
I know. Someone said scroll up to my question.
Ooh.
Can you just copy and paste it? I can't find it. Watch it be something really trolly after I look through to find. I'm gonna find your question. I don't know, man.
We lost him.
We lost you. I can't go back that far.
Yo, shout out to my boy Sid, who I was waiting for the plane yesterday, and he came up and he's like, "Yo, I love the podcast." And
shout out to Sid.
Yeah, he's always in the fucking chat talking, and we had a good conversation yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
That was cool. But I don't see this guy's question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Prod.
Okay, well, tomorrow is Friday, right? Tomorrow's Friday?
Tomorrow is Friday, and Jeno has not answered me yet, but she should be here with us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to either try to get Jeno or Jamin. Jamin, you hear me?
Yeah.
You showered me today. You know what you said? You said tomorrow is literally the only day I couldn't do. So now I'm asking you for Friday.
Wow.
Are you there? Can you hear
Someone said, can you guys talk about the Pirates? It pains my soul so much when we go on like 30+ minute talks about the Pirates. It makes me die a little bit inside every time.
It's pretty great.
All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, maybe with Jamin, maybe with Jeno, maybe with someone off the street that we find today. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode, and we will see you then. Jonathan, first of all, Jonathan, go fuck yourself. Okay? We see you in every comment section being a negative Nancy, but you know what? You're still here. You're still here watching.
It's true.
So thank you, Jonathan.
We love you, Jonathan.
For being an only friend. And we'll see you tomorrow.